Alex Jones has been reinstated on Twitter, and with it, I think the thing that's so fascinating about this is how many people are freaking out within the corporate press. As expected, it was going to be hilarious. The cope was going to be unbelievable. And now we can see that they're absolutely losing their minds because someone like Alex Jones now has the ability to speak freely. What this shows is that their ability to cancel people has been effectively nullified. And with it, we can see that I guarantee more people in the future will be unbanned who have been excommunicated from the sphere of public discourse. I cannot believe Elon Musk is actually doing it. The Mad Lad had a conversation with Alex Jones, interrogating him about the nature of what happened surrounding his takes on Sandy Hook, all of the drama surrounding it, Alex's approach to what's going on with media, his intentions behind how he plans on using Twitter. It was a really good conversation, and with it, we will be having that linked in the description down below so you can go check it out in your own time, as will everything that I always use in all of my videos. So you can go check out my sources so you can inspect them and see what I'm going through for yourself in your own time. Now, let's go ahead and jump into this. Alex Jones, Elon Musk, Matt Gaetz, Vivek Ramaswamy, the Tate brothers, and Patrick Bet-David all walk into a bar. Except this isn't a joke. This is a conversation that took place live on Twitter to the tune of 15.2 million viewers since December 10th. And what does this show? This shows that the corporate press, their ability to control the narrative and then disseminate what they want, they've cherry-picked from the facts that are relevant for them to be able to construct the order that they want to disseminate to you. Well, we can see that they have no ability to do this anymore. Social media and the way that things like this are boosted to so many people that are actually curious to have information that isn't controlled by people who are the arbiters of truth and see themselves as more just and noble than you. Well, they actually have an ability to find information now from people who are not going to be lying to them endlessly. And let's say even if those people are wrong, well, they're still not lying, and with that, you can still expect them to actually own up to the fact when they were wrong about why they were wrong and address it openly, because they've showed their credibility in the nature of their character in the past, and with it, that's what their reputation is built on. Grains of sand make a heap, and we can see it that that heap of sand has been all but kicked over when it comes to the mound of trust that was established that the American people and the people of the world had with the journalist class and the corporate press. Now, this conversation was genuinely fantastic, cannot recommend it enough. As I've already stated, will be linked in the description down below. Elon Musk posted it here, the full version of the X Spaces. I really think this is going to be the seismic shift. Tucker Carlson just had a conversation as well, his first time in an X Space, and man, I cannot believe that this is going to be the thing that sends the corporate press haywire. Tucker Carlson starting his new network, and then the ability for so many of these people that they didn't want talking and being in that of the zeitgeist, finally coming back and finally being stronger than ever, gaining more traction than ever, and with it, what does that mean? It means that their ability to cancel people has all but been nullified. Expect people who have been thrown into the dustbin of history to suddenly resurrect in the future, and with it, I promise you they're going to come back with a fire that you haven't seen in many years. I can't wait. Now, let's go ahead, throw this over to Alex Jones. Breaking, Alex Jones announces new show to air exclusively on X. Let's go ahead, play this clip, and it's just going to be the initial briefing where he goes ahead and explains what he plans on doing and why he's doing it. He's very thankful to Elon Musk for what he's done, and with it, so should we all be. Let's go ahead and throw this into Alex Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, December 12th, 2023, and it is in the evening, and we are sending you this special report that is premiering exclusively here on X. What an incredible 3 or 4 days we've seen where Elon Musk had the big poll, 70% of the people voted to reinstate us. I did a 2.5-hour spaces with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and General Flynn and so many other amazing people. We talked about the New World Order, the globalist plan to depopulate us. I asked Elon Musk, what should the name of the resistance be? And he was like, I'm not sure. And I said, how about Team Humanity? He agreed. This is epic, ladies and gentlemen. This is an incredible time to be alive. So I've been on air 29 years, and I have my syndicated radio show weekdays, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central at Infowars.com/show. And it's on radio stations around the country. But following the footsteps of Tucker Carlson, I want to launch Alex Jones 2.0, Alex Jones on X. So Most days, I'm talking about 7 days a week. Sometimes I may be at home, I may be on the road. A lot of times I'll be here in studio like I am now. I'm going to shoot 5 to 15 minute reports. I'm never going to make them longer than that, or at least most of the time. Sometimes I'll have a special guest. And I'm going to come in here after my daily show, after everything's happened, and boil it all down to 5 to 15 minutes. And tonight's going to be quick. I want to just hit a few of the big stories that are out there. But I first just wanted to make the announcement. If you want to get exclusive breaking news and analysis that obviously Big Brother and the deep state doesn't want you to have, the place to get it, and the place to get it right when it comes out, is Real Alex Jones on Twitter. Then if you want to find the full show and the other great InfoWars shows like Owen Schroyer, former political prisoner, now out of prison after he was sent to jail for his free speech, and of course the great Harrison Smith and so many others, simply go to Infowars.com/show. But original, hard-hitting news and analysis, I'm planning to go 7 days a week, I already do basically, will be now found here at X as long as we're able to continue to do this.
Alex Jones then goes on to talk about the fact that he's very thankful for so many of the people that have been defending him for so long, and that he couldn't appreciate you more, and that he's just so thankful for all of these people that have been talking about the fact that he should have the ability to speak and talk about the things that he wants to talk about, and do so freely without censorship. Even if he's wrong, he should be able to do so in the marketplace of ideas, because then what can happen is all of the bad ideas, if Alex Jones is pushing them out and he's just pushing nothing more than lies, they can be smoked out and pushed into the sunlight, because sunlight and truth is most certainly the best disinfectant. Now let's go ahead and get into the people that push nothing more than lies. CBS News. Elon Musk has restored the X account of Alex Jones, the conspiracy theorist and far-right broadcaster known for heading the fake news website InfoWars and for spreading false claims about the 2012 mass shooting at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. As I've stated, Elon Musk interrogated Alex Jones in depth about this, asking him questions consistently. And like I've already said, go ahead, check out the space. Go ahead, go for a walk, get 10,000 steps in, go enjoy the weather. Hopefully you're not in a place where the weather's pretty bad. I'm in Texas, so it's basically just bipolar, jumping from cold to hot. And I mean this when I say it. The corporate press is going to lose their minds. This is only the beginning. This is light work. And what do we see? 2.6 thousand comments, 1,000 likes. What we call that is a ratio, which means they've lost control. They don't have the ability to sit there and just, well, let's say, lie to you endlessly with no ability for anyone to counter them. And then by doing so, if you do counter them, they can then destroy your livelihood. And by destroying your livelihood, they can shut you up by making you an example. And then by making you an example, what they can do is they can go ahead and railroad other people and stop them from speaking the truth, because they've seen what happened to you and they have families to feed, and they want to make sure that their families aren't attacked and their families aren't tarnished and their lives aren't ruined. So why would they want to do that to the people they love if they saw what happened to someone that was trying to do the thing that they want to do and what happened to all the people they love? No. Don't you worry. The corporate press would never do anything like that. These people are purely honest and would never try and tar and smear someone's name. As Carl Benjamin Sargon of Akkad has said, creator of the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, all these people are filthy, filthy smear merchants. Now we go on to the New York Post. Elon Musk restores X account of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones after user poll. And I'll give you that. Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist. But here's the thing. They just had a 6-month edge on everyone else that was going through this entire ordeal that had overtaken the planet for the last 2 to 3 years. And on top of that, if Alex Jones is a conspiracy theorist, so be it. He correctly predicted basically all of the wars that had happened throughout the past 20 years. He was right about 9/11. He was right about the invasion of Iraq. He was right about Osama bin Laden being used as a proxy, who was a former CIA asset. What else was he right about? Oh, he was right about the invasion into Ukraine, that Russia was going to go in February, and he said this in early December. But he's just a conspiracy theorist. Don't you worry. You don't have to listen to anything anyone like this says. And I understand people being skeptical and not liking things that someone like Alex Jones says. I get that. I really do. But what you have to understand is he should still be able to speak. And now what do we have? CNN is losing their minds about Alex Jones in the spaces yesterday. CNN could only dream of having all those names in one interview. Yeah. They're coping. They're losing their minds and they're going absolutely insane. And after we go through this, we will be playing just that. This is Ed Krasenstein, a progressive journalist, and with it, he was very much, I would argue, the litmus test for what blue-pilled people will be pushing. And he really impressed me here. And I've used him and his brother as an example multiple times of people that are either making arguments I disagree with, or people that are really stepping out of what I would argue is the sphere of allowable opinion, considering the pools that they swim in. We always have to give people credit where credit is due. Because if we don't, we are only opening them up to attack us in the most vitriolic of ways because we are not standing true to our principles that we claim that we care so much about, which is truth and honesty in journalism, truth and honesty in the reporting of the news, and with it, people not being lied to by the establishment and those that control them. Now let's read this tweet. CNN said that X is the alternative platform, but it is mainstream. Isn't that contradictory? And yeah, it most certainly is. And the reason they say, well, it's alternative but mainstream is because they know it's the new mainstream, but they can't admit that because if they do, that addresses the fact that they themselves are exactly what I call them. The legacy media. They are the dinosaur press. They are irrelevant. And with that, they are now the alternative platform. What people don't get is that if Alex Jones is banned from X, his own platforms and the far-right platforms will just allow him to thrive more. The fact that Alex Jones is now back on X can be community noted, quote reposted, and replied to by those who disagree with him and those who want to fact-check him in real time, to me, is far better for society. And yes, Ed is absolutely right. This is the way you do it. You smoke out the bad ideas with the truth, and because of that, you can come to a more noble and just society for those who want to live in one. I think what Alex Jones did to the parents of Sandy Hook victims was abhorrent. It was evil, but we are really better off. Are we really better off allowing him to only post in echo chambers without anyone challenging him? And no, you're most certainly not. Because what happens is then everyone's just huffing the same air as everyone else that agrees with them, and your ideas only get more radical. You only become more siloed off. The echo chamber becomes more intense. You ostracize people who are outside that of the spectrum of allowable opinion within your purity spiral, and because you're becoming more and more radical, you're getting rid of the people who are more and more reasonable. And because of that, you're only talking to people that are more radical, and the ideas only get more and more intense, and there's no one to counter that, honestly. And that's why we have to do everything we can to get rid of echo chambers, and that's why it's so important that we make sure that the corporate press can never resurrect ever again. Let's go ahead and throw it into this clip of CNN.
A lot of people attack Musk on Twitter. I trend all the time. Hey, if you're such an absolutist on free speech, bring back Alex Jones. I understand that if he did that, the ADL and others would really be able to probably shut down Twitter. So I understand that he needs to go through a process before he does that.
So that was right-wing extremist Alex Jones days ago making the case to Tucker Carlson that users want him back on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. He was banned for posts that were previously cited for violence, harassment, and hate speech. This morning, though, he's back on X, thanks to the new owner, Elon Musk. Musk did a very unscientific poll of asking people on X if Jones should be reinstated. 70% said yes.
And overnight, Jones and Musk took part in an audio chat on X, which included Vivek Ramaswamy, Mike Flynn, and Andrew Tate, a self-proclaimed misogynist influencer. CNN correspondent Donny O'Sullivan joins us now. I'm having a bit of a tough time keeping it. Go ahead, Donny. Please tell us what we need to know before I start talking.
Well, I think if you bring back up that full screen there of that cast of characters who were on that Twitter audio stream last night, I mean, that is Twitter right now, to be honest with you. That's Elon Musk, Alex Jones, Flynn. I mean, the platform is obviously a mess, and people don't have to use it, but they do use it, and it is still very, very influential. It still drives a lot of the news agenda, and what we're really seeing it become now, I think, is this. After the January 6th attack, a lot of these big conspiracy theorists, including Donald Trump, got kicked off the platform. And that drove a lot of people to these kind of alternative platforms, some places where extremism and hate can really fester. Now, X, one of the biggest platforms in the world, that is the platform. That is the alternative platform, but it's mainstream. And I think, we also have to stop thinking about this stuff like somebody like Jones now as a fringe character. Right. I mean, he's not. You saw how big a role he played in the Stop the Steal movement. It has an ear to the former president, essentially. And
that 70% of, now qualifying this with that's what X is now, but 70% of users on X said put him back on. After Elon Musk said just last November, quote, "I have no mercy," explaining why he wasn't reinstating Jones's account. "I have no mercy for anyone who would use the deaths of children for gain, politics, or fame." So what changed?
I mean, I think what we're seeing with Elon Musk is a very public journey down the rabbit hole.
Journey, yeah.
You know, I mean, I think he's going deeper and deeper, and then you sort of see the cast of characters that he's hanging out with. I mean, quite concerning if you know, one of the richest, most powerful men in the world is amplifying these voices and choosing to amplify that. So I think that's what we're seeing here. And look, I think just pulling this back very broadly, we can talk about how, you know, crazy some of the stuff Alex Jones says, but this paints a picture. It sets the stage, I think, as we go into 2024 for a platform like X, which is just going to be totally off the rails. But also then we've seen YouTube and Meta, other platforms allowing election lies. Meta recently, it emerged that is going to will take money from candidates to allow them to promote lies that say the 2020 election was stolen.
Right.
All as we go in to next year's election.
The pendulum swinging back.
Yeah.
It has been something to watch. I don't know where the line should be, but it has been very clearly shifting back the other way. Daniel Sullivan, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let the cope spiral begin. Alex Jones, while he has been wrong about many things, if we're going to give him credit for all of the things that he's been consistently wrong about, then I feel like we should also level that out and be fair and just be, you know, equal, because we're in a society now that cares so much about equality. Maybe we should, I don't know, give him credit for everything he's also gotten right. And with it, we should weigh the things he's gotten wrong and compare that with the things that he has actively been ahead of. Well, what do we see? We see that if we would have actually listened to Alex Jones and many of the things that he had said, we could have avoided things like 9/11, possibly some of these wars, because he predicted them accurately and why they would have happened. Is that not just fascinating? Because don't get me wrong, I can see how the rhetoric coming from someone like Alex Jones could upset a lot of people, and with it, there are people that are more emotionally inclined, and they had that initial emotional reaction, and then from that, they settle themselves in that position. And then they logically rationalize themselves from that point, and they do so, and they logically work their way backwards. And then when someone asks them why they feel the way that they do, well, they now have a logical path that they can explain. Except the thing is, they didn't start at the point of having a logical analysis and then working their way into something that they've realized has emotional context. They've started at the point of an extreme emotional reaction, and then they've justified their way backwards. Thus, they've been able to effectively play nothing more than mental gymnastics to try and make their point have relevance. And this is exactly what the corporate press does when they try and say people like Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk and Alex Jones are these fringe figures. When you go ahead and look at the numbers that they pull when they have conversations, whether it be Elon Musk talking with someone like Lex Friedman or Joe Rogan, or it be Tucker Carlson's numbers now that he's free on Twitter, or even when he was just on cable news, because he was the most popular person in all of cable news history, and now he's getting numbers that absolutely dwarf that, getting roughly 4 million a night on a good night. And with his Javier Milei interview, we see Tucker Carlson getting roughly 500 million people to watch it. Hello? Are you kidding me? As I've stated, the corporate press couldn't get these numbers if they used all three of their wishes on a genie to do so. And what we see here is the beginning of the cope spiral, and my goodness, just let it begin. Now let's go ahead and prove why the NPC meme is ever true. Elon Musk restores X account of Alex Jones, right-wing conspiracy theorist banned for abusive behavior. Elon Musk restores X account of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Elon Musk restores X account of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones after user poll. Elon Musk allows controversial conspiracy theorist Alex Jones back on Twitter. Elon Musk says X will reinstate Alex Jones account after poll of users. Conspiracy theorist Alex Jones back on X after Elon Musk restores account. Elon Musk brings conspiracy theorist Alex Jones back to X. Elon Musk restores X account to conspiracy theorist Alex Jones after posting poll, the people have spoken and so it shall be. Elon Musk restores X account of conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Elon Musk restores Alex Jones' X account after taking a poll of users. I don't know, does it just come across like all of these people operate on a hive mind? What I'd like you to go through all of these articles and do is see if any of them have any difference of opinion. Because the only one that actually had any bit of nuance to it was this article from The Hill. In the description down below, go ahead and check them out. They're not really worth your time. They all say the exact same things, and with it, they say exactly what you think they do. They talk about the fact of everything Alex Jones has gotten wrong, and by that I mean they focus on Sandy Hook. They don't talk about any of the things that he's gotten right. None of that. They talk about the fact that he's fringe, he's a conspiracy theorist, the fact that people like Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk are normalizing him is just so dangerous. But here's the deal. The things that they've normalized over the years have gotten millions of people killed throughout the world. The Middle East is objectively a worse place because of what has happened from us trying to spread democracy, and the corporate press are the people that were those who are responsible for actively propagandizing the American people into the mindset of being completely okay with justifying the deaths of millions as long as it meant the fact that we supported America's, because if you don't support the troops, then you're not a patriot, and what we have to do is make sure that we're patriotic, because if you don't do that, then that means you truly just don't love the country, and if you love the country, then you would care about making sure that we fought people over there so they're not fighting us over here. But what happens when you fight them over there? It makes them want to attack us over here. It's an understanding of what happens with blowback, and that's why we had 70 years of, let's say, complete decimation of the Middle East. And then because of that, we had the blowback that led to things like 9/11, like the reaction to what happened when we tried to establish democracy in Afghanistan, and then we turned over Afghanistan from the Taliban to the Taliban in 20 years. Well, we can see that maybe the pieces of all of the lies that are being pushed by people like that of, let's say, The Hill, ABC, we go to Fortune, we go to the New York Times, we go to WMBD Peoria, whatever the hell that is, we go to The Guardian, we go to NPR, we go to New York Times, we go to the New York Post, we go all the way to Politico, and we go to ABC and CBS. These people do not give a damn if all of the lies that they push get people killed. And with it, we can see that it's never people that are telling lies that get in trouble. It's always those that are always telling the truth. And while Alex Jones hasn't been right about everything, at least he's not consistently lying to you at every single turn, no matter the negativity that is brought upon the world from those lies. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Tell me where I'm wrong in the comment section down below. I'm more than willing to listen to people that think I'm wrong if you can actually present to me why, and you can tell me and rationalize it and actually explain your positions, because I will gladly listen, because if you're willing to spend time watching me, you're more than worth my time in response, so I can actually understand why you hold the positions you hold. Thank you for watching. Stay lovely, stay great. Tell someone you love them. Peace out.